Please help me welcome our first speaker of the evening, Jeannie Cintrón Rosario.
By a show of hands, how many of you have a close relative, whether it's a parent, grandparents, or a loved one that lives far away? Don't have to show your hands right now, but think about when was the last time that you connected, you pick up the phone and call that loved one that lives far away. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, DTM, Nick Smith, and guests. This past weekend, I traveled to New York to celebrate my mother's 85th birthday. She wanted us, when I say us, I mean my sister and her grandchildren, to be with her celebrating at the senior daycare where she spends most of her days. She wanted us to meet their friends. One of the things that I love about, there's a lot of things that I love about my mom, but one of the things that I love about my mom is her passion and her attitude, her joy. She showed joyful, always very positive. And if you ask me, what is the one thing that you can remember like out of the bat, would be the silly faces that she always make. Like, she always make these faces just for the fun of it. She doesn't have any coordination when she dances, but she likes to dance. She likes to put a smile in the people's face. And that's one of the things that I love about her. Until recently, she was living back home in Puerto Rico, and she usually spent time in her backyard in the countryside. And one of the things that I can remember is that after Hurricane Maria, there was no communication. And the one time that my daughters could communicate with me, they asked me to stop by their father because she wanted to know how he was doing. And when we arrived, he was trying to open a coconut, smashing the coconut on a rock. And my mom asked him for a machete because she was with me. Asked him for a machete, and she goes with a machete. With one hand, she picks up the coconut, and with the other one's like bam, bam, bam. In a couple of seconds, she opens the coconut so he can pour the coconut water into a cup. And she even made a spoon so he can eat the coconut inside, right? What you call the meat inside. That's how she usually was. She was very strong. And in her backyard, she had a lot of fruit and vegetables. She had all the things from oregano, cilantro, culantro, squash, pineapple, sugar cane, anything you can think about. And she did not have a big yard. And of course, her plants. She loved her plants. She's always very giving. Like, she loves to cook for her neighbors. And that's one of the things that she misses the most. Just walking around the neighborhood and talking to the neighbors. There was this one time, Thanksgiving, she did this whole meal. And Thanksgiving dinner in Puerto Rico is a big feast. So she cooked a lot of food, shared with all the neighbors. And after she spread it out to all her neighbors, she realized that she didn't save anything for herself. So she was the only one that did not eat that dinner, Thanksgiving dinner. But just the joy of giving away for those people that maybe their family were not there or they were just by themselves. Just spreading the joy, sharing the things that she had. Many years ago, like everybody else, I used to work hard to collect stuff. I used to have my house of my dreams, the car if I ever wanted, everything that I ever wanted. But at the end, I was not happy. So I started building memories back then when my daughters were growing up. And I found out that that's what really brings me joy. I always joke about the fact that I used to take a lot of pictures. And people that know me, they call me the paparazzi because I'm always taking pictures, right? And one of the things that I do like is taking pictures because you take a million pictures, take one right. But one of the things that I realized, and I always joke about this, is that when I get old, there's one thing that nobody can take away from me, except Alzheimer. So I start being more meaningful whenever I take pictures because I want to make sure that when I get older, if, and God forbid, hitting wood, I never get Alzheimer. But if I do, at least I can go back and look at those pictures. I may not remember the people that are in the pictures, but at least I can put a smile in my face. Going back to my mom, one of the things that I love whenever I have the opportunity is to spend time with her. Building these memories because this past weekend, she was so full of emotions. We spent the whole day with her, and then we went out to dinner with her. And after we sang for the second time, happy birthday, she started giving thanks, God, for this and that. And then all of a sudden she started crying because she was so full of emotion, just the fact that everybody was there, all the family, that she wanted them to be there. Just spending time with her, quality time, because it's all about the time that we spend with the loved ones. It's not about building things, working or collecting things. It's about building the things that matter the most, especially when you share with the people that you care the most. Now, my ask for you today is, if that loved one that doesn't live close enough that you can visit them or talk to them, make sure that you pick up the phone once in a while and talk to them, call them. Let them know that you care, that you miss them. Because you don't know if that moment that you talk to them is going to be the last time that you talk to them. You don't know if the last time that you see them is the last time you're going to ever see them. Or better yet, or worse yet, you don't know if the last time that you see them is the last time they're going to remember you. Back to you, Madame Toastmaster.